Welcome back to the Delaware Way. Here is a creative way to deal with a societal devastating problem. Tiernan Alexander is the project manager of Creative Vision Factory. And the devastating problem I'm talking about is the opioid crisis. And so many people are trying to figure out how to deal with it. You do have a unique way. Explain what the Vision Factory is.
Well, the Creative Vision Factory is a drop-in art center that's open to the public. We work with people both in recovery, some people recovering from opioid addiction, but also people with behavioral problems or mental health issues, and a lot of people who are experiencing homelessness. And we're a center where people can come in, any person with any level of experience, and make art.
So it's not just the opioid crisis. It's anybody that feels left out somehow by society.
Yes.
And is dealing with the problem and is looking for a purpose.
Yes.
And they come to you and you take anybody?
Yes, and it's free. We're a drop-in center sponsored through the Department of Substance Abuse and Mental Health, and so we take in anybody who has a need to find a place to be during the day where they can express themselves, where they can be self-directed in their art making, and kind of get in touch with a creativity that most people haven't had a chance to express since they were in grade school.
It's an unusual way of dealing with a very difficult problem. Who came up with this?
Michael Kalmbach was our founder, and he, along with Kevin Ann Huckshorn, used to work in the Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse. They had this idea inspired by a center in Florida that being creative, the act of creation, is so good for people. Emotionally, it helps them practice all the steps that it takes to solve any problem. So if you want to do a creative project, let's say you want to cook dinner or you want to draw a picture or anything like that, first you have to kind of go through the steps. You make a plan. How will I do this? What do I want to accomplish? You pull together your tools. Usually at some point you mess it up, and then you have to figure out how to recoup. And in the end, you have something you're really proud of. And those steps of accomplishment are something that a lot of people, especially if you're early in recovery or dealing with addiction, or if you've been institutionalized, they're steps you can't practice easily, or it's usually so high stakes. You know, messing up at something can mean losing your housing, or it can mean falling, off the wagon. So this gives people an opportunity to practice steps that are intrinsic to any kind of goal. But at the same time, creativity, creative expression, it's one of those things that's in all of us. We all want to express ourselves.
And you're right around the corner, and the creative expression you're talking about, we're in Wilmington, the creative expression you're talking about can be seen around the city.
It can. We've been able to create a series of public artworks. There's a beautiful mural inside Stubbs Elementary that we put up last summer. There's one on Shipley Street, just one block off Market. You can come see. It's got mirrors in it and messages of hope. It's on the back of the Christina Cultural Arts Center. And we've done this project because it allows members of the community, along with our members, to create messages of hope, to express themselves individually. So we create little ceramic tiles, and people can carve into them. They can carve drawings or words or stories about their life.
It's a fascinating way of dealing with several societal problems, not just one societal problem. But and specifically when we talk about opioids, I know that there has been a problem in that after people go through rehab, where do they go? They go back to the exact same environment they were in, and then they fall off the wagon again. This gives them another place to go, even if it's just another place where you can hang out and you get away from your old friends.
And there aren't that many. If you're unemployed, or if you're early in recovery, or if, as you say, if you've just gotten out of treatment, where are you supposed to spend your days while you're looking for work or trying to get back in school? And so we have things like, we have computers where people can apply for jobs. We have artistic activities, obviously, but it's a place for people to express themselves, be themselves. And then with some of these public projects, we've actually been able to give employment to a bunch of our members.
What, they get paid for their work?
They do. We pay $15 an hour for project work where people are trained to install tile, or they might lead a small workshop. They get the skills and the experience to be back on the job and to be on a job doing something that benefits the city.
And this all costs money. Who pays you?
The Department of Substance Abuse and Mental Health has been sponsoring us for going on 7 years. It's really been an extraordinary program.
And after 7 years, everything goes by analytics these days.
Right.
Do you have proof that this works?
We do. We have hundreds of members come through every month, and we have lists and lists of success stories of people who've gotten back into housing, who've stayed sober for extended periods of time, and who've used this. We even have a couple of members who've gotten gallery representation and have come to be recognized as important artists. Some, like Geraldo Gonzalez, is being collected by I believe by the Delaware Contemporary has some of his work, and University of Delaware. And we've also been able to form connections with University of Delaware to teach classes, to work with their students. So there's been a real opportunity for it to not just help our members, but to also be a part of a larger community, both in arts and education.
We're almost out of time now, but if someone is out there that wants to participate in your program, or they know somebody that wants to, how do they get a hold of you?
They come to 617 North Shipley Street, Monday through Friday, 10 to 5, or they can call or look up online, the Creative Vision Factory, follow us on Facebook, and come see what we're doing. It's open to everybody.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. Tiernan Alexander is the project manager of Creative Vision Factory. When we come back, a little boy with a vision who wanted to collect food and got help from a pretty big corporation. You'll meet him when the Delaware Way continues.